Welcome back to my channel, Worth Old Coins, today's best top 4 coins. One you want to miss, we're diving into the world of America coins. Please don't skip this video, so let's get it started. Top 1. The 2006 South Dakota State Quarter Dollar. Proudly bearing the P Mint mark from the Philadelphia Mint, stands as a shimmering tribute to one of America's most geographically striking and culturally layered states, and as the 40th coin released in the legendary 50-state quarters. Program 1999 to 2008, a series that turned everyday pocket change into a powerful medium of national storytelling. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss this topic again. The coin's reverse, beautifully designed by John Mercanti, brings together a trio of powerful symbols that together tell the story of South Dakota's identity, its landscape, and its history. At its center is the most immediately recognizable monument, the majestic carving of Mount Rushmore, set high in the granite of the Black Hills and featuring the faces of Presidents George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln, figures chosen to symbolize the birth, growth, development, and preservation of the nation. This iconic national shrine, completed between 1927 and 1941 under sculptor Gutzon Borglum, and later his son Lincoln Borglum, not only represents artistic achievement on a monumental scale, but also celebrates the complex history of American ideals. As seen through the lens of leadership, above Mount Rushmore soars the ring-necked pheasant, South Dakota's state bird, captured mid-flight, with its graceful wings extended and its long tail trailing behind an image that evokes the state's vast prairies, open skies, and the sporting and agricultural traditions deeply tied to local culture. Flanking this dynamic scene are delicate heads of wheat, symbolizing the richness of South Dakota's farmland, its agricultural backbone, and the enduring connection between the land and those who work it. The design is completed with the inscriptions South Dakota, the year of statehood 1889, marking its admission as the 40th state into the Union, and at the bottom, the year of issue 2006, together with the national motto, E pluribus unum, out of many, one which so fittingly underscores the idea of unity across diverse landscapes and histories. On the obverse side, as with all coins in the 50-state quarters program, is the classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932. This side bears the inscriptions United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and Quarter Dollar, elegantly linking the coin's unique reverse to a shared national face. Technically, the South Dakota quarter is struck in copper-nickel-clad composition, 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel, weighs about 5.67 grams, measures 24.26 millimeters in diameter, with a classic reeded edge of 119 tiny grooves. The P Mint mark, located on the obverse just right of Washington's ponytail, signifies production at the historic Philadelphia Mint, the nation's first official mint, founded in 1792, where hundreds of millions of these coins were produced for circulation historically. South Dakota's inclusion in the 50-state quarters program brought national attention not only to Mount Rushmore as a national treasure, but also to the layered history of the Black Hills, a sacred region to the Lakota Sioux, whose story runs parallel to that of Western expansion and American monument building. The choice of the pheasant, while an introduced species originally brought from Asia in the 19th century, became a beloved symbol of local culture, hunting tradition, and the landscape's natural beauty, while the wheat reflects the central role of farming and ranching in the state's economy and identity. Culturally, this coin reminds every American who holds it of South Dakota's unique blend of monumental human achievement and sweeping prairie beauty, of presidential legacy and quiet rural strength, an identity built from stone, soil, and sky. The combination of the powerful man-made monument with symbols of agriculture and nature speaks to the balance between human ambition and respect for the land. From a numismatic perspective, the 2006 South Dakota P quarter remains common. In circulation, yet uncirculated examples from mint rolls or bags, as well as the brilliant proof and silver-proof versions struck in San Francisco, are popular among collectors completing full 50-state sets by year, mint, mark, and finish. The design's fine details, from the feathers of the pheasant to the lines of the wheat and the rugged faces of the presidents, especially reward close study under magnification, turning a pocket-sized coin into a piece of miniature art. Top 2. The 2007 Utah State Quarter Dollar. Bearing the P Mint mark of the historic Philadelphia Mint is the 45th coin released in the celebrated 50-state quarters program. 1999 to 2008, a program that transformed a humble quarter into a miniature canvas for American history and identity. Its elegantly balanced reverse design, created by sculptor-engraver Joseph Mena, commemorates one of the most transformative feats of the 19th century, the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad in 1869. At Promontory Summit, Utah, which symbolically and physically united the vast expanses of the American East and West. At the center of the design are the meticulously detailed facing steam locomotives, the Jupiter of the Central Pacific Railroad on the left, and Union Pacific's No. 119 on the right. Their massive wheels and towering smokestacks are finely rendered, and between them stands the golden spike itself, the ceremonial final spike made of precious metal, driven on May 10, 1869, which marked the official completion of the nearly 1,800-mile rail line that changed travel and commerce forever. Surrounding this dramatic scene are the inscriptions Utah, the year of statehood 1896, marking Utah's admission as the 45th state in the Union, the issue year 2007, and the national motto E pluribus unum, out of many, one, a phrase that resonates deeply with the coin's theme of connection and national unity. The obverse side of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, first sculpted by John Flanagan in 1932 and unchanged throughout the 50-state quarters program. This side includes the inscriptions United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and the denomination quarter dollar. The P Mint mark, located to the right of Washington's ponytail, proudly signifies that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, America's first official mint, founded in 1792, which continues to produce hundreds of millions of circulating coins each year. Technically, the Utah quarter follows the modern standard for U.S. quarters, struck from a copper-nickel-clad composition, 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, weighing approximately 5.67 grams, with a diameter of 24.26 millimeters and a reeded edge of 119. Tiny grooves that give it both durability and a distinct feel. Beyond the billions produced for everyday commerce, collectors also seek uncirculated coins, special proof strikes with polished dies and mirror-like fields, and silver proofs struck in 90% silver for their richer contrast and added intrinsic value. Historically, the coin pays tribute to the monumental engineering achievement of the Transcontinental Railroad. Its completion dramatically reduced coast-to-coast travel time from months to about a week and accelerated settlement, trade, and economic growth across the American West. Utah's role as the meeting point turned it from a relatively isolated region into a critical national crossroads, symbolized by the golden spike that permanently joined the rails from east and west. The date 1896 at the top of the design anchors the coin to Utah's unique path to statehood, which followed decades of settlement by Mormon pioneers, complex negotiations, and historical challenges before becoming the 45th state. Culturally, the Utah quarter speaks to themes far larger than railroads alone. It honors the vision, labor, and sacrifice of thousands, including Irish, Chinese immigrant workers, Civil War veterans, and countless unnamed laborers whose sweat and determination built the iron arteries that stitched together a divided continent. The facing locomotives are more than machines. They symbolize a moment of meeting, unity, and forward movement, as well as the mix of ambition, innovation, and human cost that characterizes so much of American industrial history. From a numismatic perspective, while the 2007 Utah quarter, with a P mint mark, is common in circulation, it is still highly valued by collectors for its artistic design and as a key piece in completing the full 50-state quarter set. High-grade uncirculated coins from mint rolls, bags, or annual mint sets, and the proof versions show off the fine detailing, the rivets, smokestacks, and the golden spike itself. Many collectors assemble complete sets by mint mark, finish, or search for special die varieties and errors that occasionally appear. Top 3. The 2019 Lowell National Historical Park Quarter Dollar, proudly bearing the P Mint mark of the historic Philadelphia Mint, stands as a graceful miniature monument to one of the defining chapters in America's industrial story. The textile mills of Lowell, Massachusetts, and the pioneering mill girls whose work helped drive a nation's economic transformation. Issued as the 46th release in the America the Beautiful Quarters program 2010 to 2021. A program that turned everyday coins into living lessons of national heritage. This quarter's reverse was thoughtfully designed by artist Joel Iskowitz and sculpted by Phoebe Hemphill. At its center, the design captures a young woman, representative of the thousands of Lowell mill girls, standing beside a large, detailed power loom. With one hand resting gently on the loom and her eyes turned outward through an arched window, she gazes toward the unmistakable Boot Cotton Mills clock tower, a powerful architectural symbol of Lowell's place as the heart of American textile manufacturing in the 19th century. The mill girl's pose and thoughtful expression evoke the hope, ambition, and independence that drew so many young women from rural New England farms to work in the bustling factory city, seeking wages, community, and opportunity in an era when industrialization was reshaping both landscape and society. Framing the central image are inscriptions including Lowell, the issuing state Massachusetts, the date of release 2019, and the national motto E pluribus unum, out of many, one, which resonates especially deeply here. Thousands of individual workers together powered an entire industry and helped the United States rise as a global manufacturing power. On the obverse, shared by all coins in this series, appears the timeless profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932, surrounded by United States of America, liberty, in God we trust, and the denomination quarter dollar. The P Mint mark beside Washington's ponytail quietly testifies to its origin at the Philadelphia Mint, America's first and oldest mint, founded in 1792. Technically, the Lowell quarter is struck in the modern copper-nickel clad composition. 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel, with a standard weight of about 5.67 grams and a diameter of 24.26 millimeters. Its reeded edge, those familiar fine grooves, adds texture and authenticity. Beyond circulation strikes, collectors also prize special finishes, brilliant uncirculated coins from mint sets, sharp mirrored-proof coins also struck at the San Francisco Mint, and silver-proof versions minted in 90% silver, which offer a richer, more lustrous portrait of the detailed design. Historically, the Lowell National Historical Park Quarter honors more than brick buildings and machines. It tells a story of social change, courage, and transformation. Founded in the 1820s, Lowell quickly became the largest industrial center in America. Its mills, powered by the water of the Merrimack River and staffed largely by young women known as the Lowell Mill Girls, drawn by the promise of steady wages and urban life. These women not only worked long, often difficult hours, but also organized some of the first labor protests and wrote about their experiences in the Lowell Offering and other early publications, leaving behind a rare, rich record of working women's voices in the 19th century. Culturally, the coin's imagery symbolizes both technological innovation and the human stories that powered it. The power loom, once a cutting-edge machine, stands as a reminder of American ingenuity, while the millgirl's gaze hints at both opportunity and challenge, reflecting the complex realities of early industrial life. The clock tower itself, rising in the background, suggests the relentless passage of time, a quiet nod to the discipline of factory work and the ticking heartbeat of an industrial age. From a numismatic perspective, the 2019 Lowell P quarter is widely available, in circulation but still coveted by collectors as part of the America the Beautiful set. Uncirculated mint state examples, proof coins, and especially silver proofs highlight the fine artistic details. The folds of the dress, the loom's gears, the windows of the boot mill's tower. Some collectors build entire day-tanned mint mark sets, while others focus on flawless, high-grade coins certified by professional grading services. Top 4. The 2000 Virginia State Quarter Dollar. Proudly stamped with the D Mint mark, indicating it was struck at the historic Denver Mint, is the 10th coin released in the hugely influential 50 State Quarters program, 1999 to 2008, a program that turned ordinary change into a pocket-sized tour of American heritage. This coin's reverse design, meticulously crafted by artist Edgar Z. Stever, 4. honors Virginia's foundational role in American history by commemorating the Jamestown settlement, the first permanent English colony in North America, founded in 1607. Dominating the design are 3 intricately detailed sailing ships, the Susan Constant, the Godspeed, and the Discovery, the small but sturdy vessels that carried 104 colonists across the Atlantic Ocean from England to the shores of what would become Virginia. Their tall masts, billowing sails, and curved hulls are depicted in fine relief, sailing leftward as if eternally approaching land, symbolizing exploration, courage, and the quest to establish a new life in an unknown world. Above this historic scene are the inscriptions Virginia and 1788, the year Virginia ratified the U.S. Constitution to become the 10th state, along with Jamestown 1607 to 2007. Recognizing the upcoming 400th anniversary of Jamestown's founding, beneath the national motto E pluribus unum, out of many, one gracefully ties the local story to the larger national narrative of unity and diversity. On the obverse, shared by all coins in the series, is the familiar left-facing portrait of George Washington, adapted from John Flanagan's original 1932 design. Surrounding Washington are the inscriptions United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and the denomination quarter dollar. The D Mint mark, to the right of Washington's ponytail, marks it as a product of the Denver Mint, which has been striking coins since 1906 and continues to serve as one of the primary mints supplying America's circulating coinage. Technically, this quarter follows the modern copper-nickel clad standard, composed of an inner core of pure copper, about 91.67%, and an outer layer of copper-nickel alloy, 8.33% nickel, weighing approximately 5.67 grams and measuring 24.26 millimeters in diameter. Its classic reeded edge not only helps prevent counterfeiting in wear, but also adds to its distinctive feel and look. Beyond regular circulation coins, the U.S. Mint also produced uncirculated collector versions, and highly polished proof and silver proof strikes the latter in 90% silver, that bring out the elegant detail of the ships against mural-like backgrounds. Historically, this coin honors the arrival of the settlers at Jamestown in May 1607, an event that forever changed the history of the continent. Jamestown became the cradle of English America, planting seeds of representative government, private land ownership, and cultural exchange, though it also brought conflict, hardship, and complex legacies, including displacement of indigenous peoples and the eventual introduction of African slavery to English colonies. The three ships themselves, modest in size by modern standards, represent not just a physical journey, but an audacious leap of faith that helped lay the foundation for the United States. Culturally, the coin's imagery evokes the bravery and determination of those early colonists, while also reminding us of the intertwined stories of exploration, survival, and encounter that shaped Virginia and American identity. The sails and masts etched into the coin's design appear in perpetual motion, hinting at the spirit of adventure and risk that characterized the age of exploration. From a numismatic perspective, the Virginia quarter remains widely available. In circulated condition, but collectors often seek pristine mint-state MS examples or the visually striking proof coins, where the details of the ship's rigging and the subtle textures of the water stand out beautifully. Many hobbyists build full 50-state sets by year, mint mark, and finish, with the 2000D Virginia quarter serving as an essential piece, especially because it was part of the program's early years, when public enthusiasm was particularly. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.